Non-Americans of Reddit. What confuses you the most about America? Oh good. We're writing the next BuzzFeed listicle. I don't know if this is just about America or most first world countries, but why is living with your parents a bad thing or laughable? Why the water in the toilet is so high, and the walls of the stall are so high. Edit 1. It is the gap at the bottom that is too high, not the top of the wall. Edit 2. Thank you all for the replies. For those extolling the virtues of American flushes, I have one word: splashback. Why is one Kansas, and the other not Arkansas? Edit. Also, why is Worcester pronounced Hooster, not Worcester? I studied in MA and this still baffles me. Every state works so differently, they could have been different countries without needing a president. Edit. I have understood what you guys have been trying to teach me. But the laws are so different, the taxes are so different, but still confusing. The education system is more or less the same, mostly autonomous and free till high school. I mean, states have most of the power. I live in India, but here central government has most of the powers, which sucks, and the central government can make a state ruled by a different party look bad by misusing their powers, but that is hard to do in the US. I mean, US is kinda good but confusing if you move between states. Why every American one meet is so normal and nice, but the news portrays them all as crazy. Edit. Missing word woman facepalming. Edit 2. This got a lot of comments. Most of them telling me it's the media, and I don't disagree with that. I feel the need to clarify that I am Canadian, have traveled extensively across America, and lived there for a few years once upon a time. The news portrays Americans as a bunch of ignorant, gun-toting rednecks. But when I travel in the US, they are really nice, friendly and helpful. My car broke down while leaving the Mount Rushmore parking lot and I couldn't get it started again. I must have had 30 other people offer to help in any way possible. Either by letting me use their cell phones to call someone, or look under the hood for the trouble or offer me a ride. I was thankful to everyone. I came away with a good feeling about Americans and turned a bad problem into a not-so-bad problem. Thanks from a Canadian. Tax not being included on prices in shops. Edit. A lot of Americans have explained this to me. It actually makes perfect sense. See the replies below, if you're curious. 2 fucking political parties for 320+ million people. You have 30 more NFL teams than political parties. 52 more flavors of Ben & Jerry's. You have 4 main Kardashians, 1 forgotten about Kardashian and 2 half Kardashians. And still only 2 political parties. I open at least 8 different porn videos each time I jerk off because I find it hard to settle on one kink. Your feet fetishists, furries, not my sister, MILF, Latina, anal, threesomes, cuck, interracial, pizza delivery, plumber, and good old-fashioned missionary fans all have to squeeze under one of 2 banners politically. What the fuck, America? Valet parking. Why would I want some stranger messing with my car? I can park my own car, thank you very much. Why is there space under the bathroom stalls? I don't know if this is true, but from the outside it seems like it. You sell everything through sex, but then there is somebody's nipple in TV and it is so bad. You are so nice and very chatty. How nice, friendly and welcoming the vast majority of Americans are. The 24/7 news portrait quite the opposite. Should I take off my shoes or not? How your blood alcohol limit for what counts as drunk driving is so high. 4x as high as Sweden's. You can get a gun license at 18 but need to be 21 to buy alcohol. Why American news are all a bunch of gossip platforms for rumors that no one cares about. It confuses me how come American-style homes are so tidy outside. I am always amazed when I use Google Street View to stroll around some random road in the US. I wonder why and how the houses and backyards look so clean, with newly mown Bermuda grass and well-painted roofs and walls. I can't help but compare this to my country, which is a developing one. I'm thinking what's wrong with our citizens such that when I use Street View on our streets, they're usually filthy. Ordinary, American-style homes can only be found in high-class villages and subdivisions here. Edit. Corrected 4th word in the 2nd paragraph from by to but. So I'm an American and thought these were gonna be negative, but a lot of them are actually kind of nice. From England here. I grew up in a county called West Yorkshire, a semi-rural, semi-urban, working-class county which, along with the rest of Yorkshire, seems completely unique when compared to the other English counties. There is so much slang, Grouped and contracted contractions, wouldn't, want, shouldn't, shunt, and the accent here isn't always understandable. Yorkshire slang, especially that spoken by the older generations, sounds and looks like a completely different language, even more so when spelt phonetically. It never ceases to amaze me how easy it is to understand the majority of Americans. They speak with so much clarity, non-specific slang, and the accent just helps. It reminds me of the news reporters. Serious. What are some women's issues that are overlooked? How bad some of the negative effects hormonal birth control can be. I was losing my mind, but my doctor brushed it off saying I was just stressed. Got off it, and instantly felt so much better. Endometriosis. Getting off of any form of birth control is hard. This past week I had my normal yearly OBG checkup. I mentioned I wanted my IUD out. My normal doctor was out of the office, so I had to see someone else. She refused to take my IUD out because I wasn't married, and she insisted that my fiancé wouldn't want the chance of us getting pregnant. Oral contraceptive birth control pills can cause depression and very often do. PMS and PMDD aren't taken seriously enough. The depression and anxiety of PMDD are debilitating. Edit. Genuinely a little heartbroken at how much this blew up overnight. I'm so sorry, but not surprised that so many of you deal with these issues. If you have PMDD, please join us at our PMDD, if only to have a sounding board for when you're feeling bad and wondering if you're crazy. You're not alone. Not being able to get sterilized when you're 100,000,000% sure you don't want kids. PMS and cycle in general. Pelvic floor physical therapy. It's life-changing, and many women don't know their physical issues can be easily addressed. Medical issues. It took me 3 visits and a walk-in doctor to diagnose a raging infection in my abdomen. I was told it's all in my head? By the time it got diagnosed, my bowel had almost perforated. I could have died if I was less tenacious. In my country, Bangladesh, women are blamed for everything wrong that happens. For example, if a girl marries a guy and after years the guy dies of a disease or something, people will say, "The girl ate the guy," meaning anyone who marries the girl will die. Another example is that when women are sexually assaulted, people say stuff like, "Why did the girl go in front of guys? Why did the girls go out at night? Why did the girl wear short dresses in front of guys? Stop, this is what Asian girls need to go through." I hope one day girl blaming will come to an end. PCOS. 10% of women have this, including me, which leads to diabetes, infertility, and many other problems. Hysterectomies. I am 24 and have reoccurring fibroid tumors and have since I was a teenager. It's not typical for someone my age to have multiple and large fibroids. My largest one was 11 centimeters. They are painful and I'm about to have my second surgery to remove them. I don't want to keep doing this over and over and would like to have a hysterectomy. Yet my surgeon refuses because I'm young and might want children. If I get pregnant, I have a high risk of miscarriage. It will eat me alive if that happens to me. Health in general. So many medications have only been tested on men, when women can react to things very differently. Postpartum depression. It's so much more common than people think, but many mothers feel too guilty to reach out for help because they think everything is supposed to be amazing after getting the baby. That sometimes you really do need that hysterectomy the doctors are refusing to give you because they want to make sure you don't want to have more children. Same goes for getting a tubal done. Autism in women. I'm a dude, and this will probably get buried, but I hate the fact that when I'm doing something with my longtime girlfriend, like buying a new car, renting a new apartment, taking a loan, etc., that people ignore my girlfriend and assume she is just not important. They just look at me and talk only to me. I have to make an effort to include her in something she should be in from the start. I feel so bad for her and try to amend it as much as I can, but there is not much you can do. We were at the car dealer's the other day looking at the car and the dealer kept ignoring her and her wishes. He was only looking at me and assumed she doesn't know what she is talking about. We just left. Nearly every safety invention is designed for the average man. Airbags, seat belts, dosages for drugs, safety bars on roller coasters, etc. Look, I know we can't all custom order cars with different sized belts and bags, etc. But women can sustain serious injuries because safety features aren't meant for them. In my country it's after birth care for mothers. Mental health system is fucked. Women are told the pain they are feeling is normal, only to find out they need a stoma bag a month down the track. Some women have died after not being checked over properly before leaving the hospital. Edit. I don't even live in a third world country either. People are wanting to move here because of how we've handled COVID. The extra time, energy, and money that must be spent to look professional. I sometimes try to throw my hands up and say, fuck it. Let them think I'm ugly, and I stop plucking my eyebrows for a while, no makeup, etc. And I'm treated noticeably different. My inability to get sterilized. I do not want children. I never have, never will. I will never have children to please a partner. If a partner wants children, they're not the one for me. I want to be sterilized so I have a very minimal chance of getting pregnant. But I cannot do it because I'm too young. I'll change my mind. My partner might want kids, etc. It shouldn't be this hard for me to make a choice on my own body, but I am sure about. Women being the manager of the home. Women are expected to be project managers. The mental energy spent running a household is exhausting and falls on the woman. The man often says, "What can I do to help?" Sure, helping with the task is technically helpful. But it doesn't alleviate the burden of that task. The woman expends mental energy on tracking it.